Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And today we're going to start doing our camera testing on the rear and front facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Starting off here with these camera sample tests, we're testing out the 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this video is going to be a little bit different this time because we're not going to have a camera software walkthrough, because I've done pretty much a camera walkthrough on the software on all the different variations of the Samsung camera app. So I feel like it's not really necessary on this one. So what you guys and gals are going to see are you're going to see the photo samples, okay, in the different lighting scenarios, and then we're going to cut straight into the video samples, and then we're going to wrap the video up. Now, I'm still going to timestamp everything so you guys and gals can jump around to the different parts of the video that you would like to know more about. So if you want to look at specific photo samples, that will be in the photo sample section. If you want to look at specific video samples, whether it be the front or the rear or the ultra wide, that will be in the video sample section. So everything will be timestamped for your convenience. So starting off, we just got this ultra wide camera test. Now we can't really do much with this ultra wide camera because there is no focus controls, there is no zoom controls. So all we really have is the fixed focus 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor and exposure controls. That's about it. So now let's jump to the primary 25 megapixel camera and let's continue with the testing. So I'll be right back. Oh, and also you can snap photos while in video with either your ultra wide or your primary camera. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, now let's switch over to the primary and I'll be right back. Alright guys and gals, and now we're on the primary 25 megapixel sensor on the Samsung Galaxy A50, and let's run through the usual standard of testing. So we're going to start off with some pans here. We're going to pan all the way from here, all the way through to right about there, and come back. I'm going to do this 3 times. Now we are not using super steady mode today because I don't like the extra crop that the super steady mode provides. So all the samples you're going to see are just regular in auto settings, okay? Or unless I say otherwise. So that was pan number 1. Okay, coming back. This is the end of pan number 2. All right, and here we go with pan number 3 right here. Bam. Okay, so there goes your 3 pans right there. Now we're gonna get into an exposure test. It's kind of super bright out here, so I don't know how good this exposure test is going to be, but we're going to attempt to do it anyway. So we're going to pan down to the ground here, and we're going to pan up and out to the big tree in the distance there, and we want a nice smooth transition from the lighter areas to the darker areas. We don't really have too many darker areas today because it's a beautiful day out here in Florida today, but we're going to get the test in nevertheless. Y'all let me know how the cameras perform, and we're going to do this 3 times. So down at the ground here, and we're panning up and out. And now we're on the tree. What do y'all think? Also, let me know what you think of the stabilization as well. Okay, now we're back at the ground. And we're going up and out to the tree. Bam. What do you think? And one more time. Down to the ground. And we're up and out to the tree. Boom. Good stuff. Alright, now let's test the focus. So the A50 has continuous autofocus as well as tap to focus. So we're going to pick our 3 focal points. We're going to use this pillar right in front of us here. We're also going to use that tree off to the distance there. And we're going to use this tree off to the side on the other end of the driveway right here. And I'm going to cycle through them, and y'all let me know if the camera is keeping everything in focus. Then we're going to adjust the grip, and I'm going to use the tap to focus and redo the same test. So let's get started. Big tree in the distance. That's good. Pillar right in front. That's also good. Tree on the other side of the driveway. What do you think? Coming back over. Big tree in front. Pillar off to the side. Big tree on the other side of the driveway. That's 2. All right. Last time with the continuous autofocus, big tree right in front, pillar off to the side, and tree on the other side of the driveway. What do you think? All right, now let me adjust my grip, and let's do the tap to focus. So once again, big tree, tap, and it locked. It locked on pretty quick. Okay, pillar off to the side, tap. A little bit slower that time, but we got a really quick lock. And tree on the other side of the driveway, tap, and locked. Not bad. Focusing speed is pretty quick. So big tree, number 2, tap, lock, good stuff. Pillar, tap, locked, good stuff. Tree on the other side of the driveway, tap, locked, good stuff. And you can see when you use the tap to focus, tap, you get a nice little quick adjustment of the exposure, lock. Okay, right here, pillar, tap, lock. And one more time, tap, lock. Good stuff. So the focusing speed is fast. It could be a little bit faster, but for what it is, it's pretty quick. Now, to close out this video, let's test the zoom. All right? So you can control the zoom in 2 different ways on your device. Let's lock in on a focus subject. Let's use the bushes across the way. Now you can use the pinch to zoom, like so. Okay, and a nice little scroll wheel comes up on the side, and you can pinch to zoom in and out. Or you can set up your volume rockers to zoom in and out like so. So you got 2 different ways you can control the zoom. I'm a big fan of the volume rocker zoom, so that's what we're going to do. Now starting off, we're going to go up to 1.5 times. Okay, so this is 1.5 times zoom. All right. And one of the reasons why I like to test the zoom is because you get a good general idea of the detail retention and the stabilization that the cameras can do. All right. Now, I don't recommend you go past 2 times zoom, because after that, you're essentially just digital degrading the image. So y'all are going to see what I'm talking about here. So this is 1.5 times. Check out the colors. Check out the stabilization. All right. Good stuff. Let's zoom into 2 times now. Okay, this is 2 times zoom. And you can see the difference right there. Now the color is still good, the detail is still good, but certain parts of the image, as you can see, starting to get a little grainy, and colors slightly starting to wash out. Okay, but this is the maximum zoom range that I recommend you use. Now if you need to get closer to your subject, you need to physically move closer to your subject. But now let's keep it going. Let's take it up to 3 times zoom now. Okay, 2.5 and 3. This is 3 times digital zoom right here. And notice the difference. Look how pixelated the leaves have gotten. Look at the difference in the detail in the grass. All right, this is all what I'm seeing through the viewfinder. I don't know how it's looking on the playback. I'll see when I'm done. But to me, this does not look like a good image. And this is 3 times digital zoom. All right, let's keep going now. Let's max it out. So the A50 cameras max out at 4 times digital zoom here. And y'all can see, look at this. Look at the grass. Looking like a pixelated mess right there. Look at the leaves. Again, same thing. If I didn't know what that was across the way, this would look really bad right now. Let's look at the pavement. The pavement doesn't look half bad. Let's look at the grass right in front of us here. No, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. So you definitely do not want to use the maximum zoom range on your camera. Let's zoom back out. Boom. And now we're back to normal. Okay? So real quick, rear facing camera test, testing out the ultra wide and the primary 25 megapixel cameras. Now let's switch to the 25 megapixel front facing camera and do some front facing camera tests. I will be right back. Alright y'all, and now we're testing out the front-facing 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. This is also being recorded in 720p at 30 FPS, okay, with no external audio hooked up. So let me know what y'all think of this. Now, I do want to apologize for any ambient noise you guys may pick up. We do have a few neighbors getting some yard work done, but it is what it is. when you shoot out in the elements, you're putting yourself up to the surrounding noises, okay? There's nothing I can do about that, so I do apologize. But this does make for a really nice microphone performance test, because now the mics on the A50 really do have to pull my voice out of the surroundings. So this way y'all get to see how good the noise isolation is on the built-in mics, okay? That being said, we're just doing a real quick stationary vlog style test here. Y'all let me know what you think of the detail for my face and my skin tone and the detail for the background versus the foreground. Let me know, okay? Also, we can also take photos while in video with the front-facing camera as well. All right, so real quick front-facing camera test. Now what I'm gonna do for y'all is we're gonna run inside and we're gonna do some more testing. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I just wanted to mix this one up here. So now this is indoors, daytime, low light settings here. And starting off with these indoor tests, I wanted to give y'all an ultra wide camera test. So this is also being recorded in 720p at 30 FPS with the ultra wide 8 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50 with no external audio hooked up. So let me know what you guys and gals think of this real quick stationary vlog style test, okay? So now what I'm going to do is we're going to switch to the front facing 25 megapixel camera and redo the test. So I will be right back, okay? See y'all in a second. Alright, so now I want to know what you guys and gals think. So you just saw the ultra wide vlog style footage, and here it is compared to the primary 25 megapixel front facing camera footage. Same setup, same spacing, same everything. I didn't move anything different. All I did was stop the ultra wide, spin the camera around to the front facing camera, put it down, and restart the footage. So I might put these up side by side so y'all can see the difference in the viewing angles, okay? But then if I do that, I can't really cut the audio between the two. So I might just do it anyway, just so y'all can see the difference. But this is the 25 megapixel front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this is being recorded indoors, daytime, low light settings here. Okay, so let me know what y'all think of this. Once again, we don't have any external audio hooked up. So everything you're seeing and hearing is coming directly from the Samsung Galaxy A50 itself. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to test out the rear-facing 25 megapixel primary camera in the same lighting conditions. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to that now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we switch to the primary camera, the primary 25 megapixel camera. And just to show y'all here, this is indoor, daytime, low light. As y'all can see, this is the only light source we have for this video here today. Just the one window. And I do have these shades kind of cracked. So you can see as I pan around, it really is dark here. This is the only lighting source we're using. Alright, so now let me angle everything up in like a traditional reviewer style angle here. And we'll continue the testing. Alright. Let's put it down like right here. Spin it around. That looks good. And now let's straighten it up some. And let's angle it down. Bam. So that actually looks really good. So this is what I would use. This is the angle I would use if I was recording some type of review video or any type of product demo, unboxing, or what have you, using the rear-facing 25 megapixel cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50, alright? And this is also being recorded in 720p, and this is indoor, daytime, low light settings, alright? So now let's test a few things here. Y'all can see I got my mouse here, I got my keyboard here. This is pretty much my regular desk setup right here. So how's the detail on the keys? How sharp is the text? How's the lighting here? How are these cameras performing? How's the audio performance? Let me know. Now let's do a real quick focus performance test And then I got some samples I want to try and demo for y'all so y'all can see how well this camera can retain detail in this type of lighting scenario. Then we're going to wrap up the test. So now let's do the focusing test. So I'm going to bring my mouse in and we're going to take it out a few times. And we're going to see just how long it takes the A50 cameras to get the focus. Let's go. So bringing in the mouse. Boom. That did take an extra second, but it locked up pretty quick. Take it out. Boom, and it locks right back. So that's pretty quick. One more time. Boom. Boom. All right, one more time. Boom. Boom. Focus is pretty quick. Now, one thing that I did notice is, because I've taken a lot of video with this camera, is whenever the subject moves, that focus tends to pulse. Now, I don't know if y'all checked out any of my latest videos, but I've taken a lot of video and posted it on the channel for you guys. And I was sure to tell you what camera I was using on what device. And you can see, if you go back and check those videos out, it's good as long as the subject I'm focusing on is stationary. The focus is good. But the minute I start to move the subject around a little bit, that focus just tends to pulse. So the continuous autofocus is not doing as good as it should be, but for the most part, it's usable. It's usable. All right. So now let's check out some other subjects here and see how it does. So I got my S6 active right here, and you see what I'm saying? Definitely struggling with the focus right there. Definitely a struggle. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, it's struggling hard. Especially as I move the device through the frame. Kind of got to assist it a little bit. And then even when I assist it, there we go. We got it. There it is. Now I can lock in the focus. So if I tap and lock, I'll get a nice little focus wheel that I can move around and keep that focus locked. But you can see in the lower lighting scenarios here, it's not doing too good with the detail retention. Okay? So this is one subject right here. Let's do another one. I'm going to keep that focus locked too. Let's use my mic here. And this is another focus subject here. Now it's doing a little bit better on the mic, as I can see. So you can see, look how good it is picking up the detail on the microphone here. This is my Movo MA2010. Omnidirectional microphone. So I guess it all just depends on what you're trying to record. But anyways, that pretty much does it for this one. Let me put it back to auto. Alright. Boom. So now it's back on autofocus. That pretty much does it for this daytime indoor low light camera test with the rear facing and front facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Once again, these tests were recorded in 720p at 30 FPS. Now what I'm going to do for y'all is a little bit later on, probably nighttime, we're going to do some similar tests in nighttime artificial lighting so y'all can see the differences in performance. So you will get an idea of whether it's better or worse. It's probably going to be worse. And then a little bit later on this week, we're going to do the 1080p samples. And then we're going to do the 4K samples because this camera can indeed record in 4K. You just have to sideload a third-party camera app. So coming up in the coming days, y'all are going to get to see all of this video content. Now it's going to be put together in one big video for you guys and gals, which, as I said, will be time-stamped, but it's going to take me a few days to record. But y'all will see one giant video. Anyways, I'll be right back with the next test. See y'all in a bit. Alright, how's everybody doing? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And this time we're going to be testing out the rear and the front facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Starting off with this low light artificial lighting test here. We're starting off testing out the ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. This is yet again another video being recorded in 720p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. So we're just starting off here with some nice vlog style footage. So some nice stationary footage here. So how do y'all feel the ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera is doing in this low light artificial lighting setting here. Okay? Let me know what y'all think. How's the detail on my skin and the background and the foreground? Let me know what y'all think of the exposure. How's the focus? Let me know. Alright. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to spin the cameras around and I'm going to give y'all a front-facing camera test with the front-facing 25 megapixel camera. Also in 720p at 30 FPS. So I will be right back. Let's do this. And now here we are back in again. This time we're testing out the front-facing 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this is being recorded indoors, nighttime, artificial lighting settings here with the 25 megapixel front-facing camera. And once again, we're not using any external audio. So yet again, I just got some nice stationary footage for y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this. Okay? How's the detail? How's the focus? How's the audio? Let me know. Alright, real quick vlog style footage here. Now let's spin it around. Let's test out the rear facing 25 megapixel primary camera in the same low light artificial lighting settings. Let's go. I'll be right back. Okay, and now we're testing out the rear facing 25 megapixel primary camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Yet again, this is being recorded in nighttime low light artificial lighting settings here. Alright, with no external audio hooked up. So, just let me give y'all some real quick verification and then we'll continue with this camera test. So let me pan the camera over, pan the camera up, and y'all can see it is indeed nighttime, so there's absolutely no light coming in through the window here. And if I pan up here, the only light we have lighting up the scene is my overhead artificial lighting fan lights here. Okay? Just so y'all know, because we're all about keeping everything straight 100 around here. Alright? Now let's position this in the traditional reviewer style here. Let's go. Alright, so let's put that right about there. Let's pan this down. And there we have it. So a nice reviewer style video here. Let me move that a little bit closer. Bam. Make sure everything is nice and centered up and we're in business. So y'all let me know. How's the detail? How's the focus? How's the audio? Because again, we're using internal audio. There's no external audio hooked up for this video. And this is 720p at 30 FPS. Alright, now let's test out the focus real quick. And then I got a few devices on the table. We're going to check out the detail retention. And then we'll wrap this video up. So let's see here. I got my mouse right here. And let's check the focus. So bam, that focused pretty quick. Let's take it out. Bam, it focused on the keyboard pretty quick. Bam, bring it back in. Bam, it locked up pretty fast. Take it back out. Bam, locked up back on the keyboard pretty fast. One more time. Bam, locked on the mouse. Bam, locked on the keyboard. So really fast focus. As long as the subject that you're focusing on is not moving, then the actual focusing speed is pretty good. Now, if you have a moving subject, the autofocus tends to struggle a little bit, and at that point, I would recommend you lock in the focus for better controls and more granular controls. Alright, now let's check out the detail retention with a few other items here, okay? So, right here, we have the end stop clip-on wireless charging phone mount for your car. Let's check this out here. Alright, so the detail on that is pretty good. Alright, not bad at all. Even in this low lighting scenario here. Not bad at all. Okay. Alright, let's do a couple more things here. Let me rest that down. Got the Samsung Galaxy S6 active. And look at the detail on that. not bad. Now, it's not exactly capturing everything because we don't have as much light. So you can see it's struggling to capture the fine detail down at the bottom. But it's doing a good job picking up the textures. So, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright. So, real quick, low light, artificial lighting, nighttime camera test. Let me know what y'all think of this. Now what we're going to do is a little bit later on this week, we're going to do the 1080p samples, front and rear, outdoors by the pool. And then we're going to do the 4K samples, again, front and rear. But with the 4K samples, we do have to actually sideload a third-party camera app to take advantage of the 4K video recording. So we do lose the ability to record with the ultra-wide camera, but I think it's well worth the trade-off, alright? So I'll be right back with the rest of the clips. Let's go. Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And yet again today we have another camera test, testing out the rear and front facing cameras on these Samsung Galaxy A50. So these video clips here today will be being recorded at 1080p at 30 FPS with no external audio hooked up. And to start out the testing here, we're testing out the ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera, and it was sunny, but as soon as I got out here and got set up and pushed record, listen, you hear that? It's raining out there. Now if you look in the distance, you can't see any rain. Those clouds are dark, but it is pouring out there now. Only in Florida, baby. But I guess I can't complain because other places in the world right now, they got snow. All I got to deal with is water. I'm okay with that. So yeah. Anyways, sorry for that little tangent, but this is just a real quick ultra-wide camera test. Again, the ultra-wide camera tests are not long because you can't really do too much with the ultra-wide cameras, but y'all can see just how much you can get in the scene if you choose to use the ultra-wide camera. And please forgive that plant over there. That's one of my grandma's favorite plants, but it just keeps falling over, man. I think it's at the end of its life. We might have to find another spot for it because a small breeze will knock that bad boy over. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyways, now let's switch to the primary 25 megapixel camera and redo the test. I will be right back. Okay, and now, real quick switch, and we are using the primary 25 megapixel cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Alright, once again we're out here by the pool today, and I'm sorry it's a little bit of an overcast day. It's kind of raining. It started raining out of the blue. Only in Florida can you have 85-degree nice and sunny weather 1 minute and then have a storm going on the next minute. That's what Florida weather be like. I need the meme for that. Y'all know what to do. Alright? But real quickly here, let's run through the usual tests. So we're going to start off with some pans here. We're going to pan from here all the way through to right about there. And we're going to go back. We're going to do this 3 times. And then we're going to continue with some of the tests. So that's 1 right there. Here we go with number 2. And here we go with number 3. Okay. Alright, now quickly, let's do an exposure test. So let's pan down to the pool deck here. And we're going to pan up and out to the pool heater in the distance. And what we're looking for is a nice smooth transition from the lighter areas to the darker areas with minimal exposure blowout. So let's see how these cameras perform. And once again, this is in normal mode, so there's no super steady turned on or anything like that. This is just normal with all the features on the primary 25 megapixel camera unlocked, okay? So let's go. So panning down to the pool deck. That color actually looks spot on there. Yeah, not bad. Panning up and out to the pool heater here. Not bad. A little bit of a shift, but not bad. Let's do this 3 times. So that was 1. Here we go with number 2. And here we go with number 3. Alright. What do y'all think? Alright. Now let's test the focus. See how the continuous focus performs. And then test out the tap to focus. So we're going to pick 3 focal points. Let's use the pool heater. Let's use this tree in the back here. And then let's use this umbrella right over here. I'm going to cycle through them 3 times. And I want y'all to let me know if y'all think the cameras are keeping everything in focus. Here we go. Coming over to the pool heater. That looks good. Going over to the tree in the back. That also looks good. Going over to the umbrella. That also looks good. That's 1 right there. Coming back over to the pool heater. Good. Tree in the back. Good. Umbrella. Good. That's 2. Again, last time, pool heater. Good. Tree in the back. Good. Umbrella. Good. So, what do y'all think of the continuous autofocus? Now let's redo the same test with the tap to focus. So here we go. Let me know if y'all can spot the difference. So pool heater, tap, locked. That was really quick. Umbrella, tap, lock. That was also really quick. Tree in the back, tap, lock. There's a little bit of an exposure shift, but the focus seems to be really quick. So let's go one more time. Tree, tap, lock. Pool heater, tap, lock. Ooh, that got dark real quick. And then umbrella, tap, lock. And that lightened back up. So overall, I would say the tap to focus is a little bit faster than the continuous autofocus. And for some strange reason, it tends to brighten up the image, but it's pretty quick nonetheless. Now, let's test out the zoom, and then we'll wrap this video up. So let's pick a focal point. Let's use the mango tree in the distance. And now we're gonna zoom in to 1.5 times zoom. Again, I'm gonna use the volume buttons because I'm not a big fan of pinch to zoom. So this is 1.5 times zoom. What do y'all think of the stabilization and the detail retention? Okay, that's not bad. Now let's take it up to 2 times zoom now. And here we go with the 2 times zoom. We're losing a lot of detail here, but the colors still look okay. It's a little shaky, and I do have shaky hands, so I do apologize. All right, let's go up to 2.5. 2.5 times zoom, and y'all can see we've lost a ton of detail. The videos got even more shakier. And let's keep going now. Let's max it out. Okay, so now we're at max 4 times zoom. And yeah, man, it's gotten super pixelated. The color has gotten really washed out. And this is yet another reason why I say you don't really want to zoom in past 2 times zoom, because we're just digitally cropping the image. So anything past 2 times zoom, you're just going to get a really blown out image. So I would recommend, if you need to zoom in, take it up to 2 times and then physically get as close to your subject as possible. But yeah, let's back out. This is making my eyes hurt. Okay. Take it back to normal. Bam. And we're back. Okay. So real quick, rear facing camera test with the ultra-wide and the primary cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50 in 1080p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. Now what I want to do is I want to spin it around to the front facing camera, and we're going to do some more testing here. Alright, so I will be right back. Alright, so now I've spun the cameras around, and now we're testing out the front facing 25 megapixel selfie camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Once again, this is being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. And we are shooting this in the 19:5 aspect ratio. So 19 by 9 by 5, 19 by 5, however you want to call it, that stretch ratio. So let me know what y'all think. Starting off here, we just got some nice stationary footage right here. So stationary vlog style footage. So how's the camera doing with the detail on my face, the detail on my skin tone, the colors, the background and the foreground? How's the audio doing? Now I do apologize because the pool heater is going. So this is like a true test of sound isolation for the cameras. So how do y'all feel the audio is? Alright? Okay, real quick stationary footage. Now let's pick everything up. Give y'all some motion footage here. And again, let me know how y'all think the camera is performing. So let's go over here. That actually looks pretty good. Come back over this way. That's really overexposed back there. Really darkening up the image here. Alright. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? If it was me, I would have to say the best position is right there is the best position in my opinion. Because to me, looking through the viewfinder, the colors look good, the detail looks good, and the focus looks like it's on point. But y'all let me know what you think. Now what I want to do is we're going to run inside and we're going to redo some of these tests indoor, daytime, low light settings. So I will be right back. All right, now we are back in, and this time we're testing out the rear and the front facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this is a indoor daytime low light test. So starting off these tests, I just wanted to start off with the 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor. And this also is being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS with no external microphone hooked up. So please let me know what you think of the overall detail, the audio, and how's the overall stabilization. Now we're indoors today, so we're not going to be doing too much moving around, but let me know what y'all think. Okay, real quick ultra wide test here. Now let's switch over to the secondary 25 megapixel selfie camera and let's continue the testing. So I'll be right back. All right, and now here what you guys and gals are seeing is the 25 megapixel selfie camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Once again, this is indoors, daytime, low light, and we are not using any external audio. So everything you're seeing and hearing is coming directly from the onboard microphones and the onboard cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And once again, this is being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS. So what y'all think of this? All right? How's the detail? How's the color representation? How's the audio? What y'all think? Let me know down below in the comments. Now let's pick everything up real quick. I'm going to pan around real fast. Come over this way. Come over this way. How's the stabilization? Alright, let me know. Okay. Now let's switch to the rear 25 megapixel primary camera and let's redo some more indoor daytime low light tests. I will be right back. Okay, and now we're using the 25 megapixel primary camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And let me just show you over here. If we pan over this way, y'all can see that we are indoors today. And the only lighting source that we have lighting up the room here today is the light coming from the window right here. So if we pan over, y'all can see the room is super dark. But it is daytime, so once again, this is a daytime low light test. And this is the primary 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this is also being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS with no external audio hooked up. Alright, just wanted to let y'all know, because we're all about keeping it straight 100 around here. Now let's set everything up in a traditional reviewer style and see how these cameras perform. Let's go. So let's bring it over, bring it down, center it up. Alright, so like right about there, and then we'll pan it down. So right about there, and then I need to slide closer, because your boy got short arms. Just call me stubby. Boy, arms are short. Alright. And then let's pan it down some more right here. Alright, and that looks pretty good. Let's pull this out. Let's line this up. Alright, and get everything straight on. Bam, that looks pretty good. And now this is perfectly lined up if I wanted to do a product demo, a review, demo a feature for you guys. This is what it would look like. Okay, this is how I try to line up all my cameras when I need to do a review or anything like that. So the only difference between this and any and all of my other tests is the device that I'm using. Alright, so what do y'all think of this? How's the detail? How's the color representation, even in this low light setting here? Now let's go ahead and test the focus real quick. So got my mouse right here off to the side. Let's see how quick these cameras lock focus. Bring the mouse in. A little bit of a struggle, but it locked up fairly quick. Take the mouse back out, locked up fairly quick back on the keyboard, bring it back in. Yeah, it's pretty good. Take it back out. Bam, that's pretty good. One more time. Take it in. Bam. Take it out. Bam. Now, that's the one thing that I'm noticing with these cameras, and I think I said it before in another camera test, is as long as the subject is stationary, the focus is really good. But if the subject is moving, then the focus tends to pulse. Okay? So Samsung, I don't know if they'll ever watch any of my content, but y'all definitely need to clean up the focus on your devices. Alright? Because some of my other Samsung devices do the same thing. Not as bad, but they still do the same thing. So now let's bring in some other test subjects here. This is my Samsung Galaxy S7 Active, the main production device for the channel. How's the detail representation on that? It actually looks pretty good. Once I tilt it in the right light, that's looking pretty good. Now the text on here is not as sharp. It's good, but it's not as sharp as you can see. But it's pretty decent. It's not bad. Alright? That looks pretty good. Let me know what y'all think. Flipping it this way, and then you see as I spin the device, the focus kind of goes wonky for a minute there. And then look, the focus is out right there. And it does take a second to refocus on its own. There it is, and it's back in focus. So that's what I'm saying. As long as the subject is stationary, that focus is golden. But the minute any type of motion gets introduced, that focus goes a little crazy, and it takes a second to get back in. So now let's move over to a darker subject. This is the S6 Active here. And yeah, it's really struggling with these darker colors in the lower light. See the difference there? Alright, and again, it's not really picking up any small text details right there. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, anyways, real quick daytime low light test with the rear facing primary 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And once again, this is in 1080p at 30 FPS. Let me know what y'all think of this. Now what I want to do is a little bit later on this evening, we're going to do a nighttime artificial lighting test, testing out the same things on this device in the lower lighting scenario. And a little bit later on tomorrow, we're going to do the 4K camera test, and then we're going to bring this bad boy to a close. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit differently with the A50 camera test, being as I've reviewed a lot of Samsung devices, at least where the camera software is concerned, I'm not going to provide a camera software walkthrough. I'm just going to provide the photo samples and the video samples, okay? If y'all want a deeper in-depth look at any of the Samsung camera software, I'll leave links down below in this video to all the camera software walkthroughs that I've done for all the Samsung devices that I've had. So you'll see the most up-to-date one, which is, this software is pretty much the same as the M20. You can even go back and compare it to some of the older ones. So the S6, the S7, the S8, and then the M20. And this is pretty much the same camera interface as the Samsung Galaxy M20. So being as that is what it is, I'm not going to go ahead and bludgeon you guys with the same camera software walkthrough. So I'll leave links to that stuff down below in the video description. But for at least for this camera test, it's just going to be the software. It's just going to be the photo samples and the video samples. Alright, I'll be right back with the next set of tests for y'all. Alright, how's everybody doing? Back again with another video test for you guys and gals. And this time we're testing out the 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And this is being recorded in nighttime low light artificial lighting settings here in 1080p at 30 FPS. With no external microphone hooked up. So please let me know what y'all think of the overall video quality and the overall audio quality down below in the comments. Let me know what y'all think of this. How are the A50's ultra-wide cameras performing? Alright, now I'm going to switch to the primary 25 megapixel front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Let's go. I'll be right back. Alright, and here we have the front-facing 25 megapixel selfie camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50, and this is also being recorded in 1080p at 30 FPS in nighttime artificial lighting settings with no external microphone hooked up. So once again, how's the overall video quality? How's the overall audio quality? How's the detail? How's the lighting? Let me know what y'all think of this. How are these cameras doing? Now let's switch to the primary camera and run some more tests. I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're testing out the 25 megapixel primary rear-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. And once again, this is being recorded in nighttime artificial lighting settings. So let me know what y'all think of this. And once again, there is no external audio hooked up. So everything y'all are seeing and hearing is coming directly from the Samsung Galaxy A50 itself, whether it be the primary rear-facing cameras or the primary microphones on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. So let's just verify real quick. So if I pan over, y'all can see that this is nighttime artificial lighting here. So y'all can see it's pitch black outside. And the only thing we have lighting up the scene here this evening is my overhead room lights that y'all can see right there. And I actually don't like these because they make my skin tone seem a little orangey. It actually gives the whole room a little bit of an orange hue. But these are the lights we have. This is what we have to work with. And we got to keep it going. So now let's pan down and let's put everything in the traditional reviewer setup here. Okay, so let's put this down like this. Good. And let's pan down like that. Good. And we got a few things on the table here for y'all to check out. So now we're going to test out the focusing speeds with a few different things here, okay? So starting off, we got my water right here. Check out the focusing speeds on that. So that's locked up. Let's take it out. Lock back on the keyboard. Bring it back in. Lock back on the text. Took a little second there. Take it back out. Lock back on the keyboard. Last time. Bringing it back in, locked up on the text. Took a little bit of a second there, but y'all could check out the focusing speeds on the Samsung Galaxy A50's primary camera. Alright, a few more things here. Now we have my KUE Bluetooth earbuds. All right, these are one of my favorite sets of earbuds with wireless charging. So again, let's check out the focusing speeds there. So now we're focused on the buds. Let's take the buds out of the frame. Focused on the keyboard. Bring them back in. Focus back on the buds. Take them back out. Focus back on the keyboard. Last time, bring them back in. Focused on the buds. Take them back out. Focused on the keyboard. Really nice focusing speed here. And last but certainly not least, I was actually able to get this back from a family member because I want to do a little bit of a comparison for y'all. But this is the MIFA Bluetooth speaker, and I'm gonna actually be comparing this to the AME Sport 2. Okay, so y'all will see that comparison pretty soon. Go live on the channel. All right, but again, let's do another focusing test here. So how's the detail on the A50 cameras in this lighting scenario? Check out the focus. A little bit of a struggle for the black here, but pretty good. Take it out. Keyboard got focus, bring it back in. Speaker got focus, take it back out. Keyboard got focus, bring it back in. Speaker got focus last time. Keyboard, speaker. You get a little bit of a pulsing sensation, but really nice focusing speeds. And y'all let me know what you think of the overall detailed representation for yet another artificial lighting low light test. Alright, so now what I have for y'all is a few more 4K clips testing out the primary camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Now the maximum recording resolution with the front-facing camera is 1080p at 30 FPS. The maximum recording resolution with the rear 25 megapixel primary camera is 4K at 30 FPS. So the next set of clips you guys and gals are going to be seeing are either going to be in 1080p or they're going to be in 4K, and I'll be sure to shout them out as you see them. All right, so I'll be right back with the final set of clips for the Samsung Galaxy A50. Let's go. All right, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys and gals, and today we're out here doing the final set of video tests with the front and rear facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Now this is being recorded in 4K at 30 FPS using the rear facing primary 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Now, in order to unlock 4K video recording, you do need to sideload a third-party camera app that will give you that functionality. Inside of the stock app on the A50, you will only be able to shoot a maximum recording of 1080p at 30 FPS. Okay, so we are using a third-party camera app here today. We're using the Open Camera app, and I'm also using my Smooth Q gimbal to stabilize this footage here today for you guys and gals. So let me know what y'all think of the overall video quality as well as the overall audio quality down below in the comments. Okay, now we're not using any external audio here today, so everything you're seeing and hearing is coming directly from the onboard microphones and or the front or the rear facing cameras on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Alright, so we're going to run through our traditional camera test here today, and then we're going to test out the front facing camera, and we're going to bring this video test to a close. So I've been doing my traditional pans as I go through the talking part of this first part here. So let me know what y'all think of the stabilization and the video quality. I think I've done more than 3, but just so y'all can get an idea of how it's going to look, let's do this last one. Bam. Now I do have my gimbal in handheld mode today, so as I tilt down, it's going to be very easy for me to do certain things for y'all. So now let's test the exposure. Let me tilt over this way, and we're going to tilt down to the grass, and we're going to pan up and out to that big tree in the distance. And what we're looking for when we test exposure is we want a nice smooth transition from the lighter areas to the darker areas, or vice versa, with minimal exposure blowout. And if the cameras do blow out, we want them to recover as fast as possible. So let's see how it does. We're going to do this test 3 times. Here we go. Coming up, going out. 1. Okay, that was pretty good. It's very minimal blowout around the edges. That's 1. Go back down. Okay, that's pretty good. Number 2. All right, pretty good stuff there. And last but certainly not least, number 3. Coming up, going out. All right, not bad, not bad. Now, the next thing we want to test is the focusing speeds. So the Samsung Galaxy A50, it has continuous autofocus as well as tap to focus. So the first thing we're going to test is the continuous autofocus. So let's pick 3 focal points here. Let's use that big tree in the distance. That's 1. We're going to use this small tree right in front of us. That's 2. And then we're going to use that tree over the shed there. That's 3. So I'm going to cycle through these, and you guys let me know down below in the comments if you think the cameras did a great job keeping everything in focus. So let's get started. Big tree over here. Okay. Boom. I think I'm focused on it. Tree right in front. Boom. That looks really good. Tree over the shed. Bam. That also looks really good. Let's do this 3 times. So that was 1. Coming back over. Big tree in the distance. Tree right in front. Tree over the shed. Bam. Okay. 1 more time. Tree in the distance. Tree right in front. Tree over the shed. Damn, it is cold out here today. I gotta hurry up and go back inside. Alright. So that's 3. Now we're gonna use the tap to focus here and see if we can spot any differences. So here we go. Tapping, tree in the distance. Locked. Wow, that seems even faster with the open camera. Tree right in front. Locked. Wow. Tree over the shed. Locked. Wow, it's almost instant. Okay, that's 1. Let me know what y'all think. Going back over to the tree in the distance. Tap. Locked. Okay. Tree right in front. Tap. Locked. Tree over the shed. Tap. Locked. Okay, good stuff. 1 more time. Tree in the distance. Tap. Locked. And you can see the exposure kind of jump a little bit, but for the most part, it's very seamless. Tree right in front. Tap. Locked. Tree over the shed. Tap. Locked. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. And now lastly, let's test out the zoom. Okay. So we're going to do it like we did on our other camera test. So we're going to go up to 1.5 times. Okay. So right here, 1.5 times zoom. Let's pick a focal point first. Let's use that tree stump all the way over there in the distance. So this is 1.5 times zoom. Let me know what y'all think. Okay. Now let's go up to 2 times zoom. Okay. So this is 2 times zoom right here. That actually looks really good. And the color representation is really good as well. And honestly, I would not recommend y'all zoom in any more than this. But let me know what y'all think. Now, for testing purposes, we're going to go all the way. So let's go up to 3 times zoom now. Okay. All right. 3 times zoom. And wow, did that image quality degrade. But the stabilization is still on point. But I'm expecting the stabilization to be on point because we're rocking the gimbal here today. So that's not saying anything. But man, did that image quality degrade. All right, let's go up to 3.5 times. All right. 3.5 times. Ooh, that looks really bad now. Everything looks very splotchy. Ooh, the colors are definitely kind of degraded. It's looking very pixelated. Wow. Okay. Take it up to the 4 times zoom here. And now we're maxed out 4 times. Ooh, yeah, don't torture yourself like this. Okay? If you're going to zoom in, don't zoom in any more than 2 times. And if you still need to get closer to your subject, just get as physically close to your subject as possible. So let's zoom out. Yeah, that was making my eyes hurt. Don't do that to yourselves. All right, so this was a real quick rear-facing camera test on the 25 megapixel primary camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Once again, this was being recorded in 4K at 30 FPS with no external audio hooked up. Now we're going to spin the cameras around and we're going to test out the 25 megapixel front-facing camera, and then we'll bring this video to a close. So I will be right back with y'all. All right, y'all, and now I'm back. So now we're testing out the front-facing 25 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A50. Wow, that breeze is strong. It's cold out here. Whew, and it's only... Wow, it's only 72 degrees. Oh, man. All my Minnesota friends will be laughing at me right now. It usually wouldn't be cold until it got to like something below zero. But you spend some time out here where your blood thins out and a strong breeze will make you cold on the right day. But anyways, let's get into this test. So we're testing out the front-facing 25 megapixel camera here. And once again, we're using the Smooth Q gimbal and a third-party camera app. We're using the Open Camera app here today. So let me know what y'all think. Just want to give y'all some real quick vlog-style footage here. Okay. Now, similar to the wide-angle camera, the front-facing selfie camera does not have focus controls, but it does have exposure controls, and it has a maximum recording resolution of 1080p at 30 FPS. Okay? So let me know what y'all think. Give y'all this nice stationary footage here. Okay, now let's move it around a little bit. What you think? Now, I do see it kind of struggles with exposure sometimes, because you see it's kind of confused. It's trying to like does it expose for my face or does it expose for the background? So you do see it does struggle there, but for the most part it's pretty good. Like if I get it in the right lighting, like right there, that looks pretty good. Let me know what y'all think. All in all, so I've been using these cameras and this device for a good amount of time now. Let me find a good position for y'all. So we're not, yeah, that's good. Been using these cameras and this device for a good amount of time now. How do I feel about the overall camera performance? Well, for the most part, I would have to say this camera performance is pretty good. As long as you stick to using the primary cameras. Sure, the secondary camera and the depth sensor camera are good, but the portrait photos or blur photos or live effect photos, as Samsung likes to call it, it does need a little bit more work in terms of the cutting out and the processing. But for the most part, it's a cool feature, but it's not something that I would use every day. But if you're going to use your smartphone and you just want to capture a good moment, or you want to capture maybe your kid's first steps or something like that, and this is the only device that you have, as long as you stick to using the primary sensors, you should have an overall enjoyable experience. And for me, what am I going to do with this device moving forward? Well, I'm going to hang on to it. I don't know if I told y'all in my unboxing and first impressions, but I was actually able to pick this bad boy up on the Amazon Prime payment program. And out at checkout, it cost me the first payment, the taxes, and the screen protector and the case. Grand total, it came up to $91.58. So for just under $100 on the Amazon payment program, yeah, man, I'm going to hold on to this. And we'll see how it ages over time, okay? And I'll be sure to give y'all a bunch of follow-up videos as things happen, okay? And just so y'all know, because we're all about keeping it straight 100 around here. My bad, y'all. Is that was the first payment in the taxes, and then for the next 4 months, I have to make 4 payments of $60, and then this device is fully paid off. So not a bad deal. Full retail, this thing comes up to what, $320? But if you break it down into those payments, I can more than justify the cost of this. Anyways, we are out of here. Let me know what y'all think of this full coverage. Let me know what y'all think of the photo samples and the video samples down below in the comments. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will catch you guys and gals in the next one. All right, have a good one, everybody. Peace. We gone.